Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of WNBA Prize Picks Top Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm Cooper Bonai for Odd Shopper. You guys can find me on social media at CrashboardsDFS. Couple of picks for tonight, guys. We have a two-game playoff slate. This video may be a bit shorter. I really want to get this out to you guys because as of right now, it's 9 a.m. on Sunday, and they only have props out for the first game at 12 o'clock. So nothing available right now for the 4 o'clock tip-off game. Let's go ahead and quickly jump into these picks so I can get this video edited and sent out to you guys. First pick I want to talk about, guys, is going to be Kayla Thornton, under 22.5 fantasy score. The pick, like I said, we're going to go under. A couple of notes here, guys. The return of Satu Sabally affected Kayla Thornton's minutes in game one. She played just 20 minutes. This was Sabally's first game back from ankle injury. She went out in the middle of July. She's missed like half the season. When she was out, Kayla Thornton was having games where she was playing 35 plus minutes. I mean, there was games where she was playing almost 38 minutes. Since Sabally's back, that's just not going to be the case for Thornton, I don't believe. Sabally already played 15 minutes in her first game back. I'd expect to see 20 or more from her today. Also worth noting, guys, this just isn't a matchup where Kayla Thornton is likely to excel. Rebounding and scoring are tough against this Connecticut Sun team. That's where Kayla Thornton makes her money. She has struggled against the Sun on the season. Another promising aspect of this bet. Her stat line this year overall, 8, 6, and 2, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists per game. In 4 games versus the Sun, including last game, she averages 2 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and less than 1 assist per game. So she goes from 8, 6, and 2 to 2, 4, and less than 1. That averages out to about 7.8 fantasy score in terms of prize picks before factoring in stocks and turnovers. So as you can see from this last 5-game chart, guys, she just hasn't been great. Obviously, Sabally did not play in that New York Liberty game. She did not play in the Phoenix game or the Los Angeles Sparks game, hence why Thornton's numbers were a bit inflated. Another note I have, guys, I'm expecting another lopsided game. Players like Thornton just aren't going to be in the game late if it turns ugly. She's also only hit this prop in 2 of her last 5 games and has had a fantasy score of less than 4 in 2 of her last 5 games. Her fantasy score prop is 22.5 in 2 of her, and 40% of her last 5 games, she's had less than 4 per game. I'm extremely comfortable taking this one, guys. Under 22.5 fantasy score for Kayla Thornton with the return of Sabally affecting her minutes, and the Sun should dominate the wings again. So I just don't see it. This is a game where Kayla Thornton is playing hard, passionate minutes with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Before we move on to the second pick, guys, want to mention, as always, this show brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a gambling service where you can put together 2 to 5 prop slips. You parlay your picks together, and you can do flex plays, power plays. The difference between those two is kind of just if you run a flex play, you don't have to hit every bet to make money. If you run a power play, you have to hit every bet, but that multiplier keeps going up as you go from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. So just giving you a couple different options on how to bet these games. Prize Picks, been using it for about half a year now. It's incredible. It's very fun. I highly recommend going to download that in the App Store or Google Play. They are running a first match deposit up to $100, guys. Use promo code AWESEMO for podcast listeners. That is AWESEMO. That is a first match deposit up to $100 over on Prize Picks. So you guys go get involved in that, or go ahead and click the link down below. That should bring you over there as well. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the second and final pick of the day. Like I said, they don't have the props up for the 4 p.m. games, guys. It's 9 a.m. They do not have the props up for the 4 p.m. games. I tried to wait as long as I could. Unfortunately, they still aren't out, and I got to get this video out to you guys. So this pick I want to take, I took it last game. It did not hit. I'm taking it again. Allisha Gray over 3-pointers made. The prop actually moved from 2 to 1.5. Really like that, guys. Noah Rike, obviously. Allisha shoots 5 3-pointers per game, shoots about 40% from beyond the arc. With Noah Rike, she's been shooting even more threes and field goals in general. She's made 2.6 3-pointers per game over her last 5. No one wants to drive against these Connecticut bigs, guys. You don't want to have the ball. You don't want to be a guard for the wings and drive to the basket consistently to meet Alyssa Thomas and Jonquel Jones and Brianna Jones. Like, that's just not – Dallas already is in a matchup where they are not favored. They probably will not win, and chances are they lose by a decent bit. I don't know if your best option as Allisha Gray, as Marina Mabrey, is to drive to the hole against players like Jonquel Jones, Alyssa Thomas, Duana Bonner. I mean, there's just a lot of players on this Connecticut Sun team that can protect the paint. Therefore, I like Allisha Gray to keep shooting these threes. I think she had like 5 last game, 5 or 6. So can't be mad at that. She just didn't hit. Percentages wasn't there compared to her regular season average. And one more thing, guys, is that, like I said, this game should be lopsided. That should mean a lot of threes going up, just trying to play catch up. I expect this game to be somewhat lopsided by halftime. Therefore, we could see a second half of 3-pointers flying from the likes of Marina Mabrey, Allisha Gray, and other guards on this team. All right, guys, that will do it for me. Like I said, I know it's a bit of a shorter video today. I got to get it out to you. A little disappointed that the other props aren't out for that Seattle game, but at least we have these. Allisha Gray over 1.5 threes. Kayla Thornton under 22.5 fantasy score. These are my 2 favorite prize picks plays. I would say the Kayla Thornton under fantasy score is my favorite play today. As always, guys, like and subscribe to the OddsShopper YouTube channel. A lot of great content creators, a lot of great content coming out each and every day, all different sports. If you're into UFC, if you're into PGA, we have NBA and NFL right around the corner. So you guys get active, get involved, like, subscribe, get notified whenever we put out new content, interact in the comments, head on over to Twitter, interact at CrashboardsDFS. I will have more videos this week as the WNBA playoffs roll on. Until then, you guys, hope everybody wins some money. Hope everybody has a great Sunday with friends and family. Or if you're just going to be a recluse like me, hanging out in the room and watching sports, I hope you have a great time doing that. Hopefully by the end of the night, we have made some money. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Later.